Very good afternoon and welcome to another episode of the virtual Mkhukhu. As you will see there will be a subscription button and I want you to click on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, click, 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 click. And on the other side, you've got the notification bell, click. That was DJ Sbu on the virtual Mkhukhu, which used to drop on Mondays on the Hustler's Corner. So as it currently stands, Sbu is in America, doing his DJing thing, because I mean, Sbu is a musician as well. So because of that, I think a lot of you guys have been deprived of the Monday episodes, and I've received a lot of DMs. He's received a lot of DMs of people saying they miss the vibe that we had. I think it was like a good warm-up to Mac G and Sol at 3, because I think we came out at 12. And I think we built a really great relationship, and we had a great vibe and synergy in Sbu. I joined Sbu in February 2022. He was filming with an amazing guy called Justice Shabalala, who does the production for the Hustler's Corner, amongst other productions that he does. And I visited once, I visited a second time, and himself in some of the comments asked me to come for a third time. And from there, Sbu was like, I don't die, just come every week. So I became a permanent fixture, and we recorded many educational episodes. He invited me on other episodes with some amazing guests. And from there, we decided to build a virtual Mkhukhu, which is basically the channel that you're watching now. And we didn't really know what it was going to become and what it is going to become. And even now, I think the major reason I'm making this video is just to kind of give you a bit of history and kind of tell you where we are and where we're kind of going. When an idea is born, it's like a seed being planted. The difference between an idea and a seed is that with a seed, you normally know what you're planting. So if you're planting an apple tree, if you're planting a banana tree, you kind of know what will come out. When it comes to an idea, you plant and you don't know what it manifests into. When I joined the Hustler's Corner, Sbu had managed to rack up 40-something thousand subscribers on the Hustler's Corner, and we managed to grow it to about close to 150,000 subscribers before he had to leave because America Bibi is ababa. And then I decided to focus more of my energy on the virtual Mkhukhu. Justice Shabalala is still doing work for the Hustler's Corner. I decided because we're constantly trying to open the industry, we're constantly trying to empower other people, we're constantly trying to expand. I decided to find some gents, and I found Gift, or rather Gift found me. And he was like, Grootman, I think we can be involved. And I was like, look, let's have a chat. Gift brought with himself an entire team. I thought he was just a kid. Ekas, he's just doing his own thing, because there's a lot of kids, of course, Ekas, trying this online thing. But I realized the guy literally has his own team. I was quite excited. Not only did he have a team, but he had access to a studio. And we decided to pilot. And some of the initial episodes, I brought some of my older guests, people that I've built a relationship with, and it was pretty dope. We're still experimenting now, and I've never been a fan of chasing numbers. I'm more a fan of chasing quality, depth, real conversations. But it's not easy, especially without the numbers. My YouTube channel is going on 40,000 subscribers now. August 2022, myself and another business partner, Mkhukhu Kibine, decided to create the Penuel show, which did phenomenally well. The virtual Mkhukhu, I think, is over 8,000 now, and the plan is to obviously grow it. Not because we're chasing numbers, but because we are chasing ears and hearts. And the hope is to actually educate. What I realized that I brought on the Hustler's Corner with Sbu, because Sbu, decades of experience in the industry, so many celebrity friends. With myself, it was more like intellectual conversation, more politics, economics, propaganda. And I think even some of the guests I brought to the Hustler's Corner / virtual Mkhukhu were more inclined to that type of bias. And I was like, what I want to do with the virtual Mkhukhu is I want to use it as an educational platform. How can we, in video format, capture the type of knowledge that people won't get in school, people won't get mainstream media, and even general internet? Because especially if you follow some of my channels and some of my conversations, your mind somewhat is meant to be blown because you're meant to be like, fuck, I didn't know that. And it's like, yeah. And that's why we're here. And not just stimulating intellectual alternative content, but basic information. Do you understand how to deal with the law? Do you know the different levels of the courts? Do you understand how politics works? Do you know what a ward councillor, do you know what a mayor, do you know what a premier, do you know a member of parliament, do you know how much they get paid, and what their job description is? Do people know the various types of grants that are out there and social welfare as a whole? And other really important things that the schooling system has kind of failed at us on. But you realize as a country that as relatively young as we are, close to 30 years of democracy, there's still so much pain, still so many stories that haven't been unpacked and unearthed. Some of them have been shared, but not enough people have shared them. So they almost look unique when they're not. And this is where I guess I have to give a shout out to Nkululeko Nkeu. If you look at Nkululeko on Culture, amazing platform. Have to give a shout out to the guys that are working on the Agenda Network, getting prisoners and ex-prisoners, ex-convicts to just tell their stories of their experience at jail, how they got out, etc. And I think as time goes on, we're going to need to have more conversations around relationships with our parents. So many of us, but our own grandmothers can't speak to us because some of us are sawas nokhuluma nelimi lasekhaya. Some of our grandmothers want to support us and watch us go YouTube, go YouTube. But you can't hear what I'm saying. So this is I mean, intellectually stimulating conversation. The relationships we have with our elders, the relationship we have with our siblings, of which some of us have really, really difficult, tough relationships. The relationships we have with our children, and the relationships we have just in society. And maybe, because this one stimulates a lot of juice, the relationships we have with our romantic partners. We used to have culture as the cornerstone of society. Mina ngiphuma kwaZulu ke sasikhuluma ngesintu. Isintu nje sasicacile, wawazi mawukhuluma umfana womZulu. Nazi izinto kumele uzenze, kumele uyolusa, kumele uhloniphe, etc etc. Mawuyintombazane ekhule kwaZulu, uyitshitshi, kumele uyohlola, etc. And sasikhuliswa ngendlela ehloniphekile, esiyaziyo. That's why even the concept of inhlawulo nokulobola, they weren't as foreign as they've become now. With the destruction and the disturbance of colonialism, of apartheid, we've lost a lot of those things. And today, but they don't even know what that means. And that's a conversation. Because for us to even get to that point, conversations were needed. And now we need to have almost ikhodesa of what does it mean to be an African. What does it mean to be an African that speaks English in a modern capitalist society and a global world? And that's what alternative media was meant to be. Not the same old garbage we see on the SAPCs, on the DSTVs, but new conversations and building conversations. Sijola kanjani manje? Amhlaba wonke amajere kusewa uyinja ntwana yami. Really, is that where we are as a society, and what does it mean? Mantombazane today are empowered. They now want to sleep with the machita. They've got high body counts. We used to laugh at them. Today they're like, but I have agency. You can't police my body. And is that the society we're trying to build? Is marriage still relevant? What about polygamy? Ukbeja, giving a girlfriend allowance, and what that means in a society where the bulk of the society doesn't have money. Kokin inhlawulo to parents who bayasokola themselves. They themselves can't afford inhlawulo for their son, okhulelisa intombazane, but they're expecting inhlawulo from another boy, okhulelisa ingane yakubo. And what that really means, and the kings we have, and the politicians we have who are living such nice lives, baholo 100,000. living in the suburbs, nabelungu. Ngani zabo ifunde private school or St. Banban. They use medical aid, but they're meant to preside over a black majority that was dispossessed. And they have become part of the people that dispossessed us, and they're happy to be in business with them. They have share portfolios. These are the conversations that needed to be unearthed. And the concept, of course, because when we sat on the platform, we were almost like Mkhukhu, and the conversations must almost be like Mkhukhu, relaxed. Shama kip amaskopazi, ushayili kholi, oimofaya, ibrand yasibuda, and it's chilling as plomile. Shangogola, shaistamtu. And look, like I said, when you plant a seed, you don't really know what it becomes, because even if you look at some of the criticisms of some of the videos we've made on this virtual Mkhukhu platform, some of them have been me and Sbu having conversations. Some of them have been me behind camera, giving the guest a chance to be seen. Because I was like, I don't need to be seen. What we need is the guest's conversation and their thoughts and their ideas. To a point where with the recent videos now, I ask questions, but my voice is edited out because I'm like, I don't need my voice. People hear my voice enough. Can we give the guest their own voice without needing to hear Penuel? Again, shout out to the Gender Network. There's another platform, I think it's American, called Soft White Underbelly. And other platforms that are telling stories. One of my favorite documentaries is one called Human, or Humans. Humans. It might be called Humans. Where ordinary people around the world are documented. Speaking to camera, smiling, crying, angry, talking about love, death, poverty, relationships, suffering, everything in between. And we need to get more South Africans to do the same. Like I said, this video is just to kind of recap where we've been, where we currently are, and then like I said, where we're going. And where we're meant to be going is, we need your stories. Not just for our platform, but for your platforms as well. But if not your platforms, and we can grow a community, so be it. Let us document these videos. Let us put them on the virtual Mkhukhu, and let's create a narrative and an industry. Back in the day, in Sabugo YoTV and some of these other shows, what was the address? P.O. Box 16 Melville, something like that. P.O. Box 16 Melville 21 Watat. And then Sastumili Itombe, or if you used to watch Kidio, if you're older like me, we used to draw pictures of Mr. Chinwag. I think it's important that for people that have alternative platforms that have a reach, we need to start encouraging people, because growing a YouTube channel is hard, man. I can tell you now, Jobang Inchela, we have over 8,000 subscribers, but in the bigger world, that's nothing. But you want to grow some of these platforms, and we want to get some of you guys to send us some of those videos telling your story so that we can share your stories out there. On this platform, on my platform, on DJ Smooth's platform, on Kulego's platform, if Nota has a platform finally, hopefully in 2023, on Nota's platform, on Tsigima's Wise platform, on everyone else. And stop begging. The power of the internet was meant to decentralize information and knowledge and story. So we kind of need you guys to tell us your stories and send them. And we'll edit them, because like I said, Gift and the team are fucking amazing. Justice Shabalala and his team are fucking amazing. And we'll edit, and so and we'll get to tell our stories. And the hope is that over time, through YouTube, through AdSense, through other sponsorships, we can raise the money. And one of my wishes, I think, with online is to grow platforms that are so big that I can tell people, send us your videos. If your video gets shown, we'll send you money. And if you can find intelligent ways to make powerful videos, powerful stories, before you have your own platform, because it's a step up. We can pay you for your content until people kind of know you, and then you can set up your own platform, either on your own or through collaboration with us, and we literally create a community. There's nothing stopping us from building our own Facebooks, YouTubes, Googles, Alibabas. But where does it start from? It starts from a conversation like this. It starts from a conversation, starts with connecting, and then we build. My profile has grown in the past year, and it's thanks to you. It's thanks to a lot of the people that I've met, a lot of the platforms I've been on. Shout out to Mac G and Saul and Podcast and Chill. Shout out to Ulungelo, by the way, Engineer Your Life. And everyone else that's trying. We don't know what we're building, but we're building something. And sooner rather than later, we need to have a strategy on how to plug this into the mainstream economy, to politics, into the real world and transform. And I guess that's the responsibility that we have. That's the responsibility that I take on as one of the leaders currently. And I'm hoping that better leaders than me, younger leaders than me are going to come through and completely fuck shit up. Pop Smoke, I think, was 21, 22 when he was killed. Tupac Shakur was killed, I think, at 25. He was at the peak at 21, 22. If you look at some of the most talented people in history, early 20s, late 20s. I'm 36. I'm like an OG. I'm like Drake, of which we're not old, but it's a reminder that there's always better talent, braver kids that are more creative than us. All we can do is just try and lead the way and hope that you guys will follow on. And hopefully in time, you guys can lead us and help us build something better. The virtual Mkhukhu. Hopefully you guys will join us soon on this journey, grow this platform, give birth to other platforms, creating an amazing industry, start traveling overseas, collaborating with Africans, Europeans, Americans, Asian people, using the internet, using online, using digital currency, fiat currency, creating our own community farms, building our own communities, creating new religions like Penuelism, new cultures, new fashion, new diets and new foods, new artwork, new movies, new music. Hip-hop used to be an institution. Podcasting and vodcasting is the institution now. But we have the power to create a new reality and dictate where the world is and not be told by the people that control the world currently and the elite. Penuel the Black Pen. Cheers.